You turn toward me and look so weak. I've never seen you with such tired eyes. And everything we said we'd be, we just traded for a suit coat and a tie. This time we got out from underneath the rows of trees.
What is up, guys? Levi Peterson here, back at it with another video. And I know I did not upload a video Monday, which was my original plan, but the footage for that video got deleted, so I didn't have enough time to re-download all that footage and everything, get that video up. So today, well, it's Tuesday right now, and this video is going to be uploaded Wednesday, and then I'll have another video Friday. Today, I finally got my Scopas Tang, along with the cardinal fish, which I wasn't intentionally planning on adding cardinal fish, but I did. So I'm not going to add any fish to this for at least probably 4 or 5 more days, and I don't have anything in stock at our store that I would like for this tank anyways. Eventually I would like to add a small blue hippo tank for a while in there. The only thing is, once it gets bigger, I'm going to have to catch it out and everything. That's just going to be a pain, but we'll get through it. I've seen ways on YouTube how to catch them and everything, and there's certain devices you can make to lure them into it, and then it floats up to the top. You've probably seen it on Instagram if you're on Instagram much. But anyways, so today I'm going to give you a quick rundown on the Scopas Tang that I got a couple days ago. He's doing really well. He was a little bit skinny, but he's starting to fatten up and everything. The only thing that I do have issues with is sometimes he'll take the brine shrimp or the phytoplankton off the corals and stuff, which is normal. So sometimes I feel like I overfeed this tank, but I put a decent amount of brine shrimp in there so the anemones can get it and the corals. So I'm going to go ahead and flip the camera around, and we're going to show you the Scopas Tang, show you what he looks like, tell you what size tank he needs, and just about all the stuff that he requires. First things first, we're going to go over the gallons that this guy requires. At minimum, this guy requires a 75 gallon, which is what he's in right now. Obviously, you can get away with a smaller tank. As he's smaller, these guys get around 7 inches in length, and I've seen bigger specimens in the store and everything. But these guys, like I said, tangs are just very active swimmers. This guy is very, he has a good personality. He usually chases my fingers around the tank. I love this guy. He'll eat just about anything you put in the tank. Bloodworms, brine shrimp, algae. I put flakes of algae in there, or like seaweed. He'll eat macroalgae and just all the above. And he is an excellent algae eater. This tank was covered in algae, and it already looks better. And along with some help from the linear bunny, or the dot dash bunny, whatever you'd like to call them. Scopas Tangs, once again, they're not very pretty, but they're pretty interesting, and they are relatively cheap. Like I said, I do plan on eventually adding a small hippo tang to this tank, just for a little while, until he grows it out, because those guys at least need 120 or more, because they get pretty big. I've seen some specimens around 12 to 14 inches. So this tank is definitely too small for him. Maybe be able to host him for 1.5 years, if that. This guy I hope to have in here forever. They do love to swim. I have a nice open scenery here, and there's plenty of space for it. I did the rock work just right, where there's plenty of space where all the other fish can hide. These guys are reef safe. The only thing I've had trouble with is he takes brine shrimp from like the zoas when they catch them. I got a couple frag of zoas in here that are doing real well, and sometimes he tries to snatch it from the waving hand polyps and everything. I haven't seen him do it. I was kind of surprised the green star polyps ended up getting a couple of the brine shrimp, which I was kind of surprised because I thought they'd only be able to eat phytoplankton. This guy eats phytoplankton. There's a little bit of phytoplankton in here, but I do need to add some more. Other than that, just about anything else is fine. Obviously, he doesn't bother the anemones and steal food from the anemones, because obviously he'd get stung. Anyways, this guy is a pretty interesting character. He has a really good personality. He loves chasing my hands around the tank. Like I said, he literally eats just about anything, and he's one of the cheapest tangs you can get. Very good algae eater. He will clean up your tank very well, along with the dot dash bunny that I have in here that's eating algae at the moment. The only thing I'm not too happy with at the moment is the sand's a little dirty from all the algae growth, but that's just normal, and it has cleared up a lot, just because of that linear bunny or dot dash bunny and the Scopas Tang. The Scopas Tang is doing an excellent job at clearing up the algae. I do have some feather dusters starting to grow along the walls in here, which is totally normal. I have seen a couple flatworms in here. Over in my 30-gallon hexagon tank, There is a load of flatworms in there, so eventually I may have to get a wrasse or something to take care of that, because there's a lot of flatworms. I don't see any gliding around at the moment. That wave maker may have chopped them up, which I hope they did, because I'm not a fan of flatworms. Other than that, just like I said, I just want to give you a quick rundown of the Scopas Tang. I'm going to give you a little bit of montage on him swimming around the tank, because he is an interesting character. Well guys, I hope you enjoyed that little montage. There was a little algae on the front glass, which was kind of making it a little hard to see. And he didn't really swim a lot around like he normally does. He's kind of just going back and forth in between the little cave back there and on the other side of the rock. He's a little camera shy. But he's always not camera shy off the camera, because he eats like pretty much out of my hand, which is insane. I've never really seen many tangs do that. Usually tangs are very skittish and everything. But this guy is definitely one of the most personality-filled tangs that I've like ever known. Like, I have friends that have tangs and everything, and they're nothing near this. This thing is just awesome. This is probably one of my favorite, like definitely my second favorite fish in here. I have 6 fish in here. Firefish, blenny, 2 clowns, cardinal fish, which will have its own separate video, and the Scopas Tang, which is by far one of my favorites in the tank. Clowns are just still topping it out right now. And like I said, eventually I hope to add a blue tang, and there will be videos on the 30 hex coming up soon, so I may have one of those Friday and then do the cardinal, not cardinal tetra, I'm thinking freshwater right now, cardinal fish next Monday. So anyways, that's pretty much going to wrap it up for this video. I really hope you enjoyed it. Don't forget to be the fish and get outdoors and hit that red button. We'll see you next time.